Hello friends, you're with a lonesome gamer, and still I'm playing Last Night on Earth. We destroyed the first spawning pit. We have to destroy 3 of them, and actually these 2 heroes here, Jade and the other one it's Victor. They're on a good way to destroy the second one. And there is still some time. We are now in turn, well, we have actually 9 turns left. So chances are good that we can win this mission. Let's start with the zombie turn once again. And I forgot to play this bickering card. So I'm going to play this card in the next turn. I hope I remember it. But there is a card limit of 2, so the zombie is only allowed to draw 1 card. And that says Hopeless. Sacrifice. Choose and discard any zombie card that currently remains in play. What? I see. Choose any hero on the board. That hero must immediately discard an item, take a wound, or lose their next hero turn. Hero's choice. Okay, let's see. What might that be? Well, we could choose between the lights out or the heavy rain. No, I'd choose that one. I've got to go to thee, because he's nearly there. So I think that's the most clever thing to do. We choose to discard this card, and then we can play Hopeless. And now let's see. Okay, I think I give this card to Becky, because well, on the other hand, I could also give it to her. Maybe that's even better. To Raquel. I'm not sure. Raquel or Becky. I mean, this guy could discard old Betsy. She's not that strong at all. She also has a lot of cards. For him, it's not so important. I think one of these should be the target of this card. Yeah, I play this card on Becky, and I think she decides to lose her next turn. That might be the best for her to do. And then we roll to spawn new zombies, and we got 4 up here, 6, 7, 8, so we need a 9. That's a 4. So the next thing is we're gonna move the zombies. Let's see, we can go in here, and they can move here. Okay. And this one moves here. That one moves here. This one moves here, and that one stays where he is. Then we do the fighting. There is one fight. Becky. She's got actually 3 dice. And the zombie rolls for the extra fight card. That's a 3. So it's 3 dice against 1 die. And that's a 5. So the hero wins. And actually, I played it wrong, or actually I didn't know one rule correctly. I'm not sure if I played it wrong, but well, once that's for sure I played it wrong, and a viewer pointed out that you win when you have a higher roll than the highest zombie die, and you kill the zombie if you have doubles on any of your dice. I thought you have to have doubles with this higher roll, but in this case, if I have doubles here on these 2-4, the zombie is killed. So that makes it actually a little easier to kill zombies. I was always playing that wrong. So thanks again for pointing that out. Okay, so that was the fighting. And well, there are no more zombies to spawn. And at the end now I have to roll if this guy explodes. On a 6 he does, and that's a 4, so he doesn't. Okay, and now I play this card here, Blickering. Play this card at the start of the hero turn on any space with more than 1 hero in it. All characters in that space lose their hero turn. May not do anything at all, they do not need to fight zombies there. Okay, so I play this card on these 2 heroes. So Jade can't blow up the spawning pit during this turn. And yeah, now it's the hero turn, and she loses a turn because of this hopeless card. Jade and Victor also lose their turn, so only Johnny and Raquel can do something. And let's see. First it's Johnny, and he's got a 5. So he could enter this building. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So he moves here. That gives him some time to search, and yeah, just let me see. He started outside, so he has only 4, not a 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay. So he's got 2 turns now to search before the zombies will attack him. And then he can run off here on this exit of the building, if he wants to run off at all. And now it's Raquel. Well, let's see what she can do. She's got a 1. That's definitely not good, because she is a little bit in trouble. She's wounded. And there are 4 zombies going after her. So maybe it would be a good idea just to go here, move a little back, and try to shoot at one of the zombies. It's this one here with the stench of death. This is the one he's attacking. And she rolls, and it's a 4, and that's a hit. So that guy is killed. And yeah, that was basically the hero's turn. Okay, so now it's another zombie turn. Soundtrack moves on. And he can draw 2 cards this time. One says bitten. Play this card on a hero when they kill a zombie in a fight. The next time the hero would be wounded, instead they are turned into a zombie hero. Well, that's a dangerous card. And another hopeless. So this time, I'm not sure, we might again force either Jade to do nothing, so she can't destroy the pit, or we can try to keep her here in the barn, but I think in this case it might be more interesting to block Jade a little more. So we play that card on Jade, and then we have to discard a zombie card and play. And I wonder which one that might be now. I think it's the lights out card here. I think it's this one. On the other hand, I'm not sure. Could also take the heavy rain. That's a tough decision. I think I'd take the heavy rain. I'd take that away, because in this way I can attack her with this explosive guy if the lights stay out. If I remove this card, she could run away out down here, and this guy might become dangerous for her. So I think I'll discard the heavy rain. It's not such a bad card. Okay. And then let me see. Then I can roll to spawn new zombies. And now it's 3, 5, 6 zombies on the board. So if I roll a 7, and that's definitely the case, so there are now more zombies coming up. And then we move the zombies, and well, they move here, just like that. Pretty boring. This guy moves in here, and they move simply like this. And there are no fights, and then we can place the new spawned zombies. Let's see how many of them. 5. That's interesting. Okay. So let's start it. The first one is placed up here, and it's just a normal one. So it comes here into play. Second one is placed here. Remember, they have to be placed in a balanced way on all spawning pits. So I can't place them all on one spawning pit. And that's a 9. So this guy here is allowed to draw a grave weapon. Let's see which one that is. It says blood spray. Huh. If this zombie is killed while in the same space as a hero, transfer its card to that hero. If more than one zombie's choice. Once transferred, this card counts as a remains in play card. Next time the hero takes a wound, they are instead turned into a zombie hero. Okay, so again I have to do, there is no special miniature for that, so I'm gonna take this guy here to simulate that. He starts the game here. And then the third one will come into play here. And that's a 10. So another grave weapon. It's recently dead. We already had that. The zombie may move d3 plus 1 spaces instead of their normal move. Okay. So, and I take her and... oh no, of course I can't spawn her here because that spawning point is destroyed. So I'm gonna place her here. And then the next one is going to be placed here again. That's an 8, so that's again just a normal zombie. So that was the 1, 2, 3, 4th one. And the last one is going to be placed down here. And that's a 1. So it's also just a normal one. Okay. So yeah, I placed the new spawn zombies and now I have to roll if this guy explodes. Nope. So again, it's the hero turn, and she is not allowed to fight. She's not allowed to. She loses her turn. Oh, now I see. She could also choose to discard an item. Well, maybe that would have been a better idea. Huh. Yeah, I think she might do that. She discards this fire extinguisher. And so in this case, she simply can now stay there and discard the dynamite. And if she survives this turn, then this spawning pit is destroyed too. Okay, and now we go on with Becky, and she rolls. That's a 5, so she simply moves here. She only can move 1 space because the lights are out in this building. And it's Johnny. And he also rolls, and that's a 4. But he doesn't move. He searches and he draws from the hero deck. And that's a first aid kit. Discard to fully heal any one hero in the same or adjacent space. Well, that's not so good for him, actually. And then it's Raquel. She's up there. And she's got a 5. That's a tough decision. She could stay there. Well, actually, I think she simply goes back 1 more space. So she can't shoot at these zombies and to try to help the other 2. But on the other hand, she's not directly involved in a close combat because she already has 1 wound. So I guess that's a pretty good idea. Is it? The point is we need to find the next explosive. And she's got a flashlight which helps her in searching. So it might be a good idea if she searches instead of moving. But then it's really risky. No, I think she moves back and tries to shoot one of the zombies. Makes it easier. And that's a 6. Very good. So now, well, I guess this guy is killed. I should have said before which one I attacked, but okay. And, well, then it's... Well, Jade discarded the item to blow up this thing here, the spawning pit in the freezer. But I forgot, she's here with 2 zombies. So in this case, you have to balance it in the most possible way, in the best way, so that every hero has to fight one of the two zombies. So Jade fights one of them, and she has actually, let me see, she's got some weapons. Well, first of all, she might re-roll a fight die. Then if she rolls double, she always wins. She's got these jumper cables, which is also pretty cool. But in general, she has only 2 fight dice and the zombie has 1. And now the zombie has a 6. So that allows him to draw one of these fight cards. And that says, Undead hate the living. Play this card to hate a hero, forcing them to re-roll any number of their fight dice. Zombie's choice. So let's see now. First we... oh, that's bad. Okay. Now it's an interesting question. Which card goes first? Undead hate the living or the welding torch? Well, because she could use this thing more than once per fight. So I think what she does now, I think this thing was in the game first. So I think she will use this to re-roll one of her fight dice. And that will be, well, that one. So that's a 6. That's good enough. And then she has to roll if the welding torch has to be discarded. On a 1 or 2, that's the case. So yes. So the torch has to be discarded now. But then the zombie player can force her to re-roll this die again because of this special fight card. And that's a 1. So, indeed, the zombie player wins that fight. And she takes a wound. And that can be dangerous for her. Okay. But again, I made an error here. I forgot this rebellious ability. So, she can still roll another die because she gets an additional dice when she's in a same space with another strange hero. So she needs to beat the 2 here. She can roll again. And this time it's a 3. So actually she doesn't take a wound. Okay. And then we could use these jumper cables, and I think that is a good idea. We can move this zombie 2 spaces here. And then we have to see if they break or not. No, they don't. Very good. And then it's Victor. And first he rolls for his movement, and that's a 6. And then he searches this room, and well, I assume it's part of the supermarket, so he can decide if he wants to draw a unique item or survival tactics, and I think he takes the unique item. And that is Father Joseph's Bible. The hero may take a wound to cancel any zombie card on the roll of 3 or higher. If Father Joseph has this item, he automatically succeeds when using his Strength of Spirit ability. Okay, so now he's got that Bible. And well, then he has to fight that zombie. And again, the zombies are allowed to draw a fight card. And that is Caught Off Guard. Play at the start of a fight before any dice are rolled. Choose any item the hero has. That hero may not use the chosen item during this fight. Well, that is not really interesting because this is only this card, so yeah, doesn't really matter here. So we play, 2 dice against 1, and the zombies have a 5. He only has 4 and 3. So that means he takes again a wound. And yeah, I think that's basically it then. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more zombie and one more hero turn. So I move again the soundtrack marker, and oh, I forgot that. I forgot that bidden thing. But I'm not sure that if there was a zombie killed by a hero in a fight. I don't think so, actually. Okay, so the zombie player now draws new zombie cards. And that says Nowhere to Hide. Immediately reveal and discard the top 10 hero cards. If this discards the last hero cards, the heroes automatically lose. Well, this could become a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would have been a good card. 10. So, well, actually, they better find that item, otherwise they are in trouble. There are not many cards left now. It is possible that there are no more explosives items in the deck because, as I said at the beginning, I shuffled all the cards I had and then took 60 of them and formed this hero pile. I mean, there were some cards like this, just what I needed, which would have allowed us to draw one of these scenario search items, and I play it that way that if I draw one of these cards and there is no scenario search item in the deck, then I can take one of the other cards which are not in the deck and add it to the deck. But in this case, when all these cards are already gone, these just what I needed cards, then it's simply a possibility to lose the game in this way. But we will see about that. Then we roll to spawn zombies. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we roll an 11, nope. And then we move the zombies. And this guy moves here, that one here, this one here, and that one can roll. Oh, yeah, that is the recently dead zombie. He moves a d3 plus 1. So that is 2 spaces, and that's just enough to attack Johnny, but that shouldn't be such a problem. Then this one doesn't move, they move here, and they move here, and that one moves here, and this guy is pretty lonely, he simply moves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think he moves here, tries to go after her. Okay. And then we have to do the fighting. And first we do this fight here. Johnny is attacked. And this time it's no special fighting card for the zombies. And Johnny has 3 dice. The zombie has 1. And that's a 6. And doubles 1. So the zombie is killed. And the next fight is here. That is Becky. She also has 3 dice. And the zombie, let me see. Oh, again he's allowed to draw from the fight deck. That says, oops, nope, that's the wrong card actually. Fighting Instincts. Play at the start of a fight before any fight dice are rolled. Choose any hand weapon from the hero discard pile. The zombie may use that weapon's combat bonus for this one fight. For weapon text, treat the zombie as the hero and the target's hero as the zombie. Well, that is a great card. I really like that. Let's see what I can find. Well, what about this? A chainsaw. A zombie with a chainsaw. This is awesome. That's a great idea. So now the zombie rolls an extra fight dice. Any hero beaten in a fight is automatically killed. That's a tough card. Okay, there is nothing I can do with my cards. So I hope I can do that. I have 3 dice. And the zombie has 2. So let's see, this is gonna be interesting. Well, it's definitely fun. And you don't believe it! Unbelievable! What a crazy game. Becky is killed by a zombie with a chainsaw. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, so yeah, that was definitely a highlight here. So, well, she's killed. She can't roll if she takes a wound or not, because the chainsaw said simply if he's beaten in a fight, and that's the case. So she's dead. Crazy. Really crazy. Okay, but she did a good job. I mean, she destroyed one of the spawning pits. But it was hard. Well, anyway, I forgot that pit here in the freezer is now also destroyed. So I'm gonna place a marker here. And then there's gonna be a fight. And here we have one zombie in a space with two heroes. In this case, the hero can decide which hero will fight. And actually Jade will fight. And she gets an additional die because of this rebellious ability. So she now has 3 dice. And then we roll for the zombie. And he doesn't draw an extra card. And this time she was pretty successful. She fended the zombie off, and I used the jumper cables. And now I have to roll. And the zombie is simply placed here now. Okay, yeah, that was the zombie turn, and then I have to roll if this guy explodes, and he doesn't. Okay, it's the heroes now. There are just 4 left. And, well, let's see what we can do now. We have to find more... Yeah, we have to find more... We have to find these explosives. This is the important thing. So, I think we're simply going to search now. So first it's Jade, and she rolls, and she's got a 6. So I think this time she draws from these survival tactics. Is she allowed to do that? Yeah, that's a 3 and a 4, so she can choose. And that says spray can blowtorch. Play this card on any hero. While that hero has a fire item, they gain a ranged attack. You may fire at a space within range. Roll a d6 for each zombie in that space. Zombies are hit on the roll of 3 plus. Any hero in that space is unaffected. Every time this attack is used, roll a d6. On the roll of 1, discard this card. Well, that is pretty cool. But sadly, she has discarded this this wheeled flame was lost. That is sad. But he could use that. He's got a torch, so he could discard old Betsy. And then, well, actually it's not an item, it's a survival tactics. So he simply can't take this thing. But I'm wondering if I should really do it. I think I keep it. He's so strong he doesn't need that. So I think I simply keep this card and use it later. I got 4 survival tactics, 3 survival tactics here. Okay. And then I'm allowed to draw another card from the hero deck. And that's a fire extinguisher. Okay. That's not exactly what I needed. And then it's Victor. And we roll. And he rolls also a 6. So again I draw one of these survival tactics now. Holy Blessings item. Play this card at any time on a hero's item to prevent that item from being discarded. From now on, any time this item won't be discarded, roll a d6. On the roll of 4+, it does not have to be discarded. Okay, that's an interesting thing. I'll keep that too. And then I'm allowed to draw another card here. And that says at last. So that would allow me to cancel a zombie card that remains in play. But there is no really dangerous card like that right now. And then it's Johnny, and he searches. First he rolls, and again it's a 6. And this is a 3 and a 4, so he can also choose what he wants to have, and she chooses also the survival tactics, and that says Plan B. Play to cancel any fight and immediately move that hero up to d6 spaces. Okay, maybe a good idea. And he draws, and that is maybe a very good card. I know where it is. Play immediately. Play this card on a random building. Any hero in that building may discard this card when searching there to instead look through the hero deck and take any one item card of their choice. The problem is they can't look through the discard pile. Oh my god, this is bad. Okay, that is hero's choice. So, okay, let's make it easy. I'll play this card. I'll play this card here in the supermarket. So on the next turn I can search there and look through the whole deck. Well, actually, Raquel could now do this. She can search there, but first I roll, and that's a 2. So she now searches here, and she can look through the deck, and let's hope we find an explosive item. Get back, you devils. Jep, the grease monkey. That's it. That's not an item, but that's an event. And let's see if we can. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, there is actually no item. But that's not the problem. There is one card left that let us go through the discard pile. So in this case, we are saved. We can find our last explosive. But Raquel is not allowed to draw one of these cards because it says instead look through the hero deck and take any one item. There is no item, so she's not allowed to take any card. But she can shoot at one of these zombies. So that's what she does. And that's a 4. So again, one of these zombies is killed. And well, that was then the hero's turn. And I'm gonna load this up. I'm afraid it's become pretty long. But on the other hand, the game might come to an end pretty soon. If we find that last item, we just have to blow up one last spawning pit. And I hope that's possible. On the other hand, if the zombie draws a card which allows him to force me to discard 10 cards of this deck, then I'm lost. So I could lose this game every time now. It's really close. Yeah, I hope to see you in, well, maybe my last video. Until then, bye.